Hi there, welcome to JCTV Africa, your #1 political analyst who is not captured. And we are going to give to you great stuff on this channel. Anyway, today we are looking at what is happening with ZEC. What are the rigging tactics? And I'm going to give you some of the important information and the chain of events. So if you are new, please subscribe. Don't hesitate to leave a like. Especially if you leave a like, you cannot subscribe, but if you leave a like, I would love that because that gives this video more engagement. Let's dive into it. The story that I want to look at is why rallies are being banned. What is ZEC's plan? And also Chris Mutsvangwa's statements. Earlier this week, there was a statement that was released by Chris Mutsvangwa. And some of the things, some of the details are coming together as a puzzle. The first thing is that I want to tell you my experience that I had with Chris Mutsvangwa last year. Last year, I attended the independence celebration here in South Africa, and I was there covering that event. And one of the principals there, he told me that please don't interview Chris Mutsvangwa because he can reveal some of the details that we don't want to be known out there. And I agreed, and I said, okay, let me not interview him. How does that tie with what I'm about to share? What I'm about to share is that Chris Mutsvangwa has some way of selling off the party because of his emotions. He cannot control his emotions. If you remember, I said that him compared with AC Lumumba is much better because he can control his emotions. Right. So there are some things that he revealed according to the sources that told me what is the plan on the 26th and even coming to 2023. The plan here is they are going to rig elections. And how are they going to do that? The first thing that Chris Mutsvangwa said was that people or the crowds are not voters. I want you to listen back to that statement. Crowds are not votes. What does that tend to? It's either you are telling us that their votes are not going to be counted. Because I believe if somebody wears their t-shirts and they brace themselves and say, I'm going to attend a Nelson Chamisa rally, they spare their $2, their $5, and they put it in their pocket and they say, I'm taking a combi or I'm taking a taxi to go and attend Nelson Chamisa's rally. It means they are invested. They can't invest on their time if they are not voting. They can't be baked in the sun if they aren't voting. That means something is cooking behind. What is that thing that is cooking? The plan was they wanted to frustrate Nelson Chamisa so that he doesn't hold rallies. When he doesn't hold rallies, what it then translates to is the people that, like the international community, will see that, okay, Mnangagwa is still loved. He still has a lot of people that love him, right? So if he manages to win maybe all the seats in Harare, they'll say, no, he held a rally in Epworth. How many people were there? So why complain? There were people. He held a rally in Harare. There were so many people. So what is the difference? I want you to take a look at the rally that was held by E.D. Mnangagwa on just before the 2018 elections, and the rally that they held two rallies together in Harare. One was at National Sports Stadium, it was empty, and the other one was there at Rotondo, and it was full. So it showed that Nelson Chamisa is loved in Harare, and there's still a lot of people, and we saw what happened in Zimbabwe grounds. But the goal here is to make sure that the people that see those crowds, they will assume that he is still loved. And when the rigging happens, nobody's going to complain. They'll say, we had the crowds. So what do you think those crowds were doing? So Chris Mutsvangwa revealed all this. That is the reason why the plan is you find that people that are in Harare, there's a lot of discrepancies with ZEC. And these discrepancies are trying to create that narrative to say, these people love their president and they are going to vote for the president, and they voted for the president. So, or they voted for the ruling party. So that is the plan that is in motion. So how is that going to happen? For example, you might have registered in Glenora. You've registered in Glenora Primary School. That's where you register to vote. And you are going to go there. And they are going to tell you that you are registered to vote in Kamfinza or maybe in Mavuku. Right? Then when you go there to Mavuku, they will then say, okay, you are registered this side. You tell them that that's what they told me in Glenora. And when you go to Glenora, they will tell you, look, we can't find your name. And you say, no, I've been turned down from Glenora. That's what they told me. You are telling them with the word of mouth. They are saying your name is that side. But when you get to Mavuku, when you're trying to vote, they are going to ask for a BVR. They say, okay, look, your BVR is saying that you registered in Glenora. Go back to Glenora. By the time you get to Glenora, they will tell you that you are trying to vote twice. Or by the time you get to Glenora, they would have already closed the voting. Because remember, you are still going to queue. Even if you are coming to Query, you are still going to find people in Mavuku queuing. And by the time you want to vote, we want to come back to Glenora, they're already closed. That's how people are going to be stopped from voting. So it means that they can then stuff the other voters back into the system to say, okay, these are the voters that were stuck. And then they are going to make sure that this plan goes into motion. So how do you avoid that? Please, whenever you go to vote, if you are going to go to vote, go there, wait there, you have your BVR slip, make sure that you go with that BVR slip to confirm. If you can take a picture on social media, take a picture. And if you've taken a picture, you can prove it beyond reasonable doubt that this is where I was registered to vote. I'm supposed to vote there. This is my proof of residence. So go with both. Go with the BVR slip and also with your proof of residence. That's how you can prove that you are a registered voter in that area. And make sure you don't lose your BVR slip, because that's what is going to stop the rigging. But otherwise, this is the reason why they are trying to stop the rallies, so that it can appear as if Douglas Monzor has more people. It can appear as if the people that are supporting Nelson Chamisa, they are just there to come as crowds, but they don't want to vote, which is a lie. Everyone wants change in Zimbabwe is a registered voter and they want to vote. So the same applies with ZANU PF. If they say that they have got crowds, those crowds must be, at least 90% of those crowds must be registered voters. So that's how they can win the elections. So if you're saying to people, like Chris Mutsvangwa was saying, crowds are not voters, that is a lie. And that lie is one of the plans to rig the elections. So tell me what you think in the comment section about the banning of the Marondera rally and what we are seeing happening, the rules that we are seeing coming up. And you tell me if I am lying, that the plan is already in motion and they are planning on making sure that the popularity doesn't look like it is with the Triple C. But at the end of the day, they are going to rig and show the world that we had so many crowds and that's why we win. Anyway, I hope you like this video and you share it with your family and friends who are going to vote. Don't forget what I said. Go with your BVR and your proof of residence when you go to vote. And please take a picture or even take a video of when they are denying you, to make sure that you exercise your right to vote. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.